Coming up on News 5 at noon, it's Election Day in Tennessee. The polls are open right now. We'll let you know what you can expect as you head out to vote. Plus, the use of cell phones in schools may look a little different this school year. We'll let you know what leaders are talking about as classes get ready to resume across our region, all right now on News 5 at noon.
From WCYB, this is News 5 at noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us here on News 5 at noon on this special edition. I'm Preston Ayers. Today is Election Day in Tennessee. The polls are open right now until 8 o'clock. The campaign for the 4th District State Senate seat has been a very heated race with aggressive commercials and nearly $2 million in spending at this point. News 5 received a video from the John Lundberg campaign and a complaint filed against the father of Bobby Harshbarger alleging vandalism and theft of campaign signs. News 5's Liam Bridgman has a response from both campaigns about the incident.
In what has already been an aggressive campaign full of attack ads and millions of dollars in spending, new controversy has risen. Now, charges have been filed by John Lundberg against Bobby Harshbarger's father for theft and vandalism of campaign signs. Lundberg says he was not surprised by the alleged incident.
They will resort literally to any tactic to try to get elected to office. That should send up huge red flags to everyone who's voting.
Lundberg says he was told some of his signs were going missing and sent a volunteer to replace them. That's when his volunteer saw what she believes was suspicious activity and recorded it on video.
What did surprise me is, our volunteer, I thought, well, they'll catch somebody. It'll probably be an intern or somebody that they can throw under the bus and say, yeah, we're firing them. That's not how we operate. But to get Bob Harshbarger doing it, wow, that's pretty blatant.
I'm here at the intersection of 11W and 394, where the alleged incident happened. No signs for Bobby Harshbarger are here, and the sign that we could see in the video, allegedly owned by John Lundberg, is also not present. News 5 reached out to the Harshbarger campaign and received this statement. Quote, throughout this campaign, John Lundberg has done everything in his power to deflect from his voting record. In the closing days of the election, Lundberg is attempting to make this race about yard signs because he can't defend his record of betraying East Tennesseans and doing the favor of Nashville elites, end quote. I also spoke with criminal justice expert Eric Stanton about the potential criminal implications of the act.
Because it is a misdemeanor, because it's under $1,000 worth of damage, he'll probably receive probation. He'll probably receive a fine, and he'll probably even go on to maybe even have to pay some restitution back to the Lundberg campaign.
Stanton tells me the judicial process may take some time.
We're looking at 2 to 3 months before this thing even goes to trial.
In Sullivan County, Liam Bridgman, News 5, WCYB.
We have team coverage of the elections today. This is one of the biggest races we're following in the region today. That is the Lundberger-Harshbarger campaign there for State Senate. Also on our radar this afternoon, covering races in Carter and Unicoi County. State Representative John Holtzclaw Jr. is retiring. Renee Jones and Kurt Alexander vying for the primary seat in that state rep spot there. 4 candidates look to be the next mayor of Kingsport, as Pat Scholl announced he would not seek re-election. A big race up in Johnson County, a race for sheriff there to fill the unexpired term of Eddie Tester, who passed away a year ago. 3 candidates running for that: Thomas Brown, Johnny Roberts, and Clifton Worley, all vying for that seat. Johnson City voters have their say in 4 proposed changes to the city charter. It's just part of the races and complete coverage of elections here on News 5 and also on air and online, WCYB.com. Again, the polls open until 8 o'clock this evening. Weather not a major factor in heading out to vote today. Nice day right now in downtown Jonesboro, looking live on the Ashley Camera Network. And we've had some rain passing through. The wet roads still look a little wet there in downtown, but overall, we're not raining all day long.
Yeah, it's not widespread rain, but we are tracking some scattered areas of rain, a couple of isolated thunderstorms, a couple of downpours in spots, and there's the potential for localized flooding through tonight. And the flood watch has been extended through early Friday morning for Northeast Tennessee, much of Southwest Virginia and Southeast Kentucky. Big picture shows scattered clusters of showers and a few thunderstorms. Zoom in a little bit closer and show you some of the heaviest rain now beginning to move back into western Lee County, and also some downpours near Damascus and some just to the east of Mountain City. As we track it into the future, scattered showers, chance for a thunderstorm. A couple of these could have some downpours and gusty winds with them. Chance of rain 60%, and still some more scattered rains overnight tonight. Some of these random rains. Many of us are in the 70s, but it's in the low 80s now in Morristown and Camp Creek. Highs in the mid to upper 80s for the Tri-Cities with some scattered rain and thunderstorms. Hot and humid the next few days. I'll show you just how hot it will feel when you factor in the humidity coming up.
Cell phone use in schools may start to look a little different in the upcoming school year. Southwest Virginia school districts are meeting today for a listening session about Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin's new executive order. News 5's John Nardello is speaking with the governor and local school leaders about what we can expect from that meeting and in the school year ahead.
Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin recently passed an executive order that will ban cell phone use in K-12 schools, and local school districts are coming together to discuss the new law.
We have a great track record of collaboration and sharing our great ideas with each other. And so anytime that a neighbor county or neighbor school division has a good idea, we want to know it and we want to share too.
Dr. David Scott is a superintendent for Bristol, Virginia City Schools. He tells me their current cell phone policy is not much different from the governor's plan. I spoke with Governor Youngkin, and he says these listening sessions are crucial for future success.
This is a great chance for our folks to listen and make sure that we're getting this right.
The biggest criticism both Youngkin and school leaders have received is parents fearing a lack of access to their children. However, both the governor and Dr. Scott say they're prioritizing an ease of communication for parents and students.
We're going to work through ways to make sure that if there's an emergency that needs to be communicated or a child needs to speak with parents, that we can do that.
We don't want to inhibit a parent's ability to have contact with the student. What we want to do is to try to make sure that that's not coming as an interruption during the school day or breaking that student's attention.
The meeting will be held Thursday, August 1st at the Southwest Virginia Higher Education Center in Abingdon. In Bristol, Virginia, Johnny Nordello, News 5 WCYB.
Well, if you're needing back to school supplies as your kids head back to class, there are some community events happening. One of those today, the Health Wagon hosting the back to school shuffle and Wise today at the fairgrounds from 4 until 8 this afternoon. There they'll have a store featuring plenty of brand name clothing, all brand new, backpacks filled with school supplies for all grade levels, home goods for college students and families that may need some of those supplies, and baby supplies also. Everything is free, and also have some games, live music, refreshments being offered there this afternoon 4 until 8. This weekend, Johnson City Schools partnering with several community organizations for their back to school bash. On Sunday, it's 2 to 5 in the afternoon, be held on the practice fields adjacent to Freedom Hall's pool. The back to school bash has games, inflatables, yard games, and food and DJ all out there for that event on Sunday. With County Emergency Services completing a water recovery effort in the New River after a drowning there on Monday. According to the press release, the Emergency Communications Center, they got a call on Monday evening about 7:30 of a man that appeared to have drowned near the Jackson Ferry Bridge. 22 agencies from Southwest Virginia helping in that search all the way into last night. Virginia State Police say they did discover the body yesterday afternoon near the bridge. The victim has been taken to the hospital in the medical examiner's office for further investigation. Well, a funny spin-off of a classic Shakespeare play is becoming Blue Ridge Comedy Club this weekend. The play, Almost Macbeth, is a reimagined version of the classic story. This is the first event at the new comedy location off English Street in Bristol, Tennessee. Play participants say that they hope the audience enjoys the show.
There are a lot of dramatic shows happening right now, and I think everyone deserves to laugh. And when you take something like Macbeth, and that's really serious and that's a heavy story and a lot of dramatic things happen in it, and you add comedy to it, it's a beautiful twist.
That two-act comedy runs today through Sunday, and shows start at 7 o'clock. We've got some information on tickets on our website this afternoon at WCYB.com. Kippakee, the rare spotless giraffe born at Bright Zoo in Limestone, celebrating her first birthday. People from all over the world have come to Limestone to see Kippakee, who was born without patterns, making her very unique. Only one other one known to be in existence right now. That's in Africa. The zoo has seen major growth in attendance in the last year since the birth of Kippakee. On her birthday, she got to enjoy some extra bamboo and tree limbs, and even had a special birthday cake made of produce. Zoo staff telling us that Kippakee and the other giraffes will soon have an upgrade to their living situation with a new facility there at Bright Zoo. And also another new baby giraffe was just born there. This one with spots, though that was born about 5 months ago. The City of Elizabethton Parks and Recreation announcing the musical lineup for this year's Covered Bridge Days kicks off on Friday, September the 20th. Bluegrass artist Daniel Grindstaff, he's nominated for the 2024 International Bluegrass Music Association Collaborative Recording of the Year. That Song of the Year for a cover of Forever Young that he did with Dolly Parton. Saturday, September 21st, check out legendary artist Ricky Skaggs and his band Kentucky Thunder on the stage there in Elizabethton.
We want to do the good stuff. We want people to come out and enjoy. We want them to see Elizabethton, downtown, all the things that we have to offer, but we really want you to come out and just have a great time.
And music wraps up Sunday the 22nd with Grammy Award gospel and country artist Jason Crabb. Now, that's the music lineup. There'll also be a plenty lineup of food and craft vendors, all part of the Covered Bridge Days.
Storm Track 5 weather cameras brought to you by your locally owned Ashley.
Well, the latest drought monitor out this morning showing a lot of improvement. In fact, many locations improved a full category. Many of those that were in severe drought now in moderate drought, and many that were in moderate drought are now still abnormally dry or dry in the long term. Certainly wet in the short term over the Tri-Cities, but officially no longer in drought in the Tri-Cities and all the locations here in yellow. But we still have a little bit of lingering moderate drought over Smith County and also into parts of Russell County, including in Lebanon and eastern Washington County, and further to the southwest near Warrensburg, St. James and Greene County, still some pockets of moderate drought, but you were in severe drought a week ago. And in the Tri-Cities, still some dryness in the long term. But looking over the past month, over July, we had quite a bit of rain, especially back on Monday, 1.5 inches of rain. So we ended up July with a deficit of only 3/4 of an inch. That was a lot of improvement from early in the month. And here on this first day of August, we'll be seeing a few more scattered showers and storms. And now for the year, the rainfall deficit still stands at about 2.77 inches. So we still have some more ground to make up there in the long term. Outside now, 75 degrees, mainly cloudy, breeze of the southwest, and we're watching some spotty rains. Very humid. Highs today, mid to upper 80s. It's going to be feeling like the low to mid 90s at times. Tomorrow, heat index getting into the upper 90s. Over the weekend, in the mid to upper 80s for highs, but humid enough that's going to feel like the low 90s. So there are the scattered showers and a few thunderstorms dotting the landscape. Some downpours now to the east of Damascus and near White Top. Some more thunderstorms moving out of Harlan County into Lee County, and another one over the Hayden area in Leslie County pushing to the east, and downpour close to Fall Branch. So we track it into the future. Scattered showers and thunderstorms will be likely at times. Some random rains dotting the landscape. A couple of these storms could have some downpours and gusty winds with them, and still some more on and off rain chances tonight. Highs today look to be mainly in the mid to upper 80s for the valleys, but in the low 80s mountains. And tonight, mild again, upper 60s to low 70s. Severe threat tracker stuck in that medium mode through Saturday. Daily opportunity for some scattered storms, a lot of heat and humidity, and a flood watch in place for the Tri-Cities area through tonight. The highest risk of seeing localized flooding here in the yellow from near and north and west of the Tri-Cities. Elevated risk, level 2 out of 4. Big picture shows that we do have some breaks in the precipitation currently to the west of London, Kentucky, but there's even more further to the west. And so we'll be watching that, so it could potentially move in later tonight. And through tonight, the highest risk of severe storms across Kentucky in the level 2 out of 5 risk zone. Tri-Cities area in the marginal risk, and mainly for the potential of some isolated gusty winds. Could be some small hail and some of the storms. The main potential for severe weather coming across Kentucky, where there's an elevated risk of some gusty winds. Now here's the rest of the future track going through tonight. Potential for some more clusters of showers and storms pushing through at times. Same thing on Friday, some more random rains in the area. And jumping ahead to Saturday, the coverage of the rain looks less. I think we'll see some more breaks in the action and more breaks in the clouds too. Rainfall totals on average through Saturday, 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches, but locally more than 2 inches of rain possible through Saturday. Highs mainly in the upper 80s to low 90s over the next 10 days. 86 though on Saturday, and also 86 next Saturday, the 10th of August. Normal's 86, so near above normal the next 10 days. Lows fairly mild too, 65 to 70. For today, mid to upper 80s, scattered rain and thunderstorms. And then for tonight, pretty mild, only dropping to near 70 degrees. Lows will eventually trend down to the mid 60s by the weekend. Rain chances elevated 50 to 60% through Saturday. 40% chance for a few spotty thunder showers Sunday. A weak front pushes through. We're not going to be cooling off, but turning drier. Very low rain chances Monday through Wednesday, but close to record highs around 91 Tuesday and Wednesday. Record both days at 94.
When it comes to planning dinner, there are 3 things most of us look for. Something that doesn't take too long to make, something that's going to taste amazing, and last but not least, something that's not going to break the bank. So today, we're making a dish that tastes like pricey spare ribs, but actually starts with boneless chicken thighs, which are very budget friendly. We start by browning some boneless, skinless chicken thighs in a skillet with a bit of oil. The key here is to make sure the skillet is hot so the chicken gets nice and browned. While they're doing their thing, we make an Asian barbecue sauce by mixing together some water, soy sauce, ketchup, and cider vinegar. Now, to give it even more flavor, we mix in some brown sugar, chopped garlic, and ground ginger. We give this a stir and pour it over our brown chicken. We let them simmer, turning them every once in a while so they soak up all that flavor-packed sauce. We'll thicken this up by adding a combo of cornstarch and water. Then these guys are ready to serve. Maybe serve this over some rice so you don't leave behind any of that sticky flavor-packed sauce. To get the recipe for what we call chicken spare ribs, all you need to do is visit our website. Believe me, I know you'll be glad you did. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a no bones about it way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
David, looks like maybe what, dodged a shower or two this afternoon?
Yeah, it'll be the splash and dash type of rain. Latest radar in the Storm Track 5 app.
All right, download that. And thanks for sharing some time with us this afternoon. More news today beginning at 5 from right here on News 5.